Good morning, children. Hope you all are doing great. So, children, I have explained you that in this picture, in this table, summary of digestion is given related to the secretion, enzyme used, nutrient or the substrate on which these enzymes act upon and converted into a final product of our digestion. And these simple products are then absorbed by our lymphatic vessels or blood vessels by villi, which is present inside the small intestine. I have explained you the large intestine also, that large intestine secretes no enzymes and it absorbs the water and absorb all the water from the undigested material and make it semi solid fishes. And here the composition of fishes is given that it contains 75% of the water, still 25% of solid matter which contain the dead bacteria, fat, proteins, rough edges, all the percentages are given, and the bad order of fishes is due to the bacterial action. So this is the excreta, human excreta composition is given. Now children, what today I am going to explain you that what is the difference between absorption and assimilation. You can see here. So we know that absorption is done inside the small intestine by microvilli or villi, into which all the nutrients that is present in our food, all the nutrients which is converted by different enzymes, absorbed into the blood stream and blood vessels. So here this picture is very nice. Definition is given of each, what is absorption, what is assimilation, location is given where it is going on, this process is going on. Like assimilation is going on inside the liver, our liver, which is the largest gland. And nutrients, so first one by one I am reading for you children. Right now, first is absorption definition: the process of taking the digested simple molecules in the form of proteins, glucose, fats, they absorbed into the blood stream, our blood vessels by blood, and lymphatic vessels by lymph, through intestinal villi and microvilli. What is assimilation now? So the process of synthesizing new compounds from the absorbed molecule. Okay, so after children, you should remember that after absorption, the blood absorbs the nutrients like glucose. They have absorbed the glucose. So further breakdown of glucose is done inside the liver. If our body needed it, then further breakdown of the fats, further breakdown of the amino acid, further breakdown of the stored glycogen which is present, which our body is converted, how, that I will explain you now only. So all these absorbed molecules further breakdown is process is called assimilation, remember. Okay, so the process of synthesizing new compounds from the absorbed molecules after when it entered into the bloodstream and lymphatic stream is called assimilation. So both the terms are different. Location wise also, the absorption taking place inside the small intestine, whereas assimilation in the liver. Nutrients, during absorption, nutrients are added to the or going into the blood stream taken up by our blood, and they are through the blood, through the lymph only, they can distribute in each cell, each tissue of our body. Now assimilation, what happened during assimilation? Nutrients are taken out. Okay, all the essential absorbed nutrients they are taking out into the liver. Inside the liver only they do the breakdown process, that is called assimilation. So here you can see they are saying assimilation is the conversion of the absorbed digestion food into the body material. So from the lower classes you all know that the first step of digestion is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So there are 5 main process. Again I am saying ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So in class 6 also it is given. So all the so remember both are different. Now what happened? So during the assimilation, as I said, it takes place inside the liver. So the food that is get digested and absorbed by the gut, gut means small intestine, it transported by two ways: hepatic portal system and lymphatic system. So lymphatic system, I told you, lymph is present, lymph fluid is present, it can take, and hepatic portal system take it into the liver, it is connected to the liver. Now all the simple sugar, amino acid, vitamins, minerals are carried by the liver. So you can underline this line, by the hepatic portal system. What liver do then? The liver converts excess sugar, okay, excess glucose into the glycogen. So we all know that our body store the, like you know, plant also, they store also, they utilize the glucose and they store that glucose afterwards in the form of starch. The same way our liver also convert excess glucose into the glycogen. So our body stored the glycogen temporarily, okay, and whenever our body needed it, whenever it is essential or required, again the liver, what it do, the liver again reconverts the glycogen into the glucose only. So liver plays a very important role. So this process, the conversion of glucose into the glycogen process, is called glycogenesis. Remember the term. Glycogenesis is the process into which liver converts the excess glucose into the glycogen. And here spelling is wrong, glycogenolysis will come. Glyco, G-L-Y, not G-Y-L, G-L-Y-C-O. So what is the glycogenolysis? Glycogenolysis is the just opposite process. Glycogen break down into glucose. Here glucose turn into glycogen, that is glycogenesis, and when glycogen break down, whenever our body ate, liver only reconverts or convert the glycogen into the glucose back, so that our cells can use it, take it. As you know, glucose is the fuel for our body, we are getting energy. So that process is glycogenolysis. So you should remember the glycogenesis and glycogenolysis. Again this glucose which is converted back through the glycogenolysis is taken back into the blood, okay, and through blood it circulates into our body. So the same thing they are saying, that glycogen is required in the body as a source of energy because it is a fuel for our body. So this is about the glucose. With the help of glycogenolysis and glycogenesis, our liver convert glucose, excess glucose into glycogen, and glycogen back into the glucose by glycogenolysis. Same way children, amino acids. You know, our body cannot store the not able to store the amino acids, even though amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. Proteins are made up of amino acids, amino acid unit, okay. So amino acids circulate in the body, but as they are the building blocks of protein made up of amino acids only, but our body cannot store it. So excess amino acid should be break down by liver. So liver also break down the excess amino acid in the liver only, and this process is called deamination. So what is deamination? Deamination is the process where excess amino acid is converted into urea. Okay, so this is the process where deamination is going on inside the liver, where amino acid convert into nitrogen containing amino group, and that final converted by urea. And we all know urea is the excretory product of human, urea, uric acid, you all know. So urea is then removed from our body by excretory process, excretion process, and the remaining part forms glucose, which is again back utilized by our cells. Next, so remember the deamination, breakdown of excess amino acid. Next is fatty acid. Fatty acid and glycerol is also absorbed by the gut. Gut means our small intestine, and our lymphatic system also. Some gut is some gut is absorbed by the or lymphatic system, lymph also. So what happened, the thoracic duct of the lymphatic system empties into the large veins of the blood to the heart. So all these veins, what they do, they just fats can be stored into our body easily. We have the adipose tissue, so the function of adipose tissue is that only to absorb the fat. In the class 7 I have explained you about tissue chapter. So fats, these fats, simple fats, can easily store into our body cells, but in excess, if it will stored in excess quantity, then what will happen, it will cause obesity, it will cause different disease, it can increase the cholesterol level, and due to that we can person can get heart attack and all. So it is very risky. So fatty acid also has to be removed. Okay, so this is also done by our liver and villi. So what they do, they just transport it into intestinal and intestinal villi. The excess quantity is deposited chiefly below the skin. As I said, it is a subcutaneous layer, we have the adipose tissue, so they can store. So that what will happen, it can distribute it into our body, and people are saying that we should not eat the fatty acids because it is very risky, and it can deposit in the visceral organ. Visceral organ means internal organ. So this is the part of the assimilation, conversion of glucose, amino acid and fatty acids, so that it will not our body can utilize it, use it, and it will not harm our body. In excess, it is very dangerous for our body. Now about the liver. So liver, as you know, it is the largest gland of our body. It is what is the weight, 1500 gram is on an average, it is the weight. It is a reddish brown organ, and it is located just upper side of the abdominal and just below the diaphragm. So you can see. Now you know children, functions are given on the page number 112 and 113, but it is not included in your syllabus. So just I am just reading the heading for you. I am just telling you, giving you the short idea that it controls the blood sugar levels because it regulates the glucose, and it controls the amino acid levels. As we all know, deamination process, it synthesizes the fetal red blood cells. So liver is very important gland because it produces the RBC, red blood cell, in the embryo, and it stores iron, copper, vitamins also, A and D, which is very important. It detoxifies substances like drug or alcohol. It liver detoxify it also. It produces heparin protein, that is anticoagulant, and it produces heat also. It excretes the toxic and metabolic poison also. It destroys the dead red blood cells and converted it into pigments, bilirubin, bile pigments, okay, bilirubin and all. So children, you should remember. So this functions are not in your syllabus. Just remember the gland, the weight of the gland, where it is located, liver, and this assimilation process. And remember that both the process, absorption and assimilation, is important. So many times we got confused that even what is the difference between the two. So here I am just explaining you. So children, thank you and have a nice day. God bless you all. Be safe.